Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Journey Marie, and today we're going to be reacting to A Few Good Men. All I know about this movie is that it has Tom Cruise in it and that it's an army movie. I don't know like which branch of the army or anything like that. I don't know like the premise of the story or anything. So yeah, I'm going into it blind. I'm excited. I've had this requested to me a few times, so I'm ready to get into it. Just make sure you subscribe to my channel if you watch my videos and you're not subscribed yet. I really appreciate it. And let's get straight into today's reaction. What is this, a kidnapping? Interesting opening. It's crazy. I feel like that's a real talent.
Good grammar there. Captain, I'd like to request that I be...
Joe, come on in.
Thank you, sir.
Captain West, this is Lieutenant...
I love seeing women in high ranks of power.
And I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
Would you like to sit down?
I'm fine, sir.
Have a seat.
Okay. Entered the barracks room of a PFC William Santiago and assaulted him. Santiago died at the base hospital approximately an hour later.
Why did they do that? Was it hazing?
Sir, I'd like to have them moved up to Washington and assigned counsel. Someone who can really look into this. Someone who possesses not only the legal skill...
Me.
In short, Captain, I'd like to suggest that I be the one who that it be me who is assigned to represent them.
She did not stick to her script.
Commander Galloway, why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee?
Thank you, sir. I'm fine.
Commander, I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
When he asks a question, he's not asking. He's telling you.
Sir, I think there might be more involved than that.
Don't worry about it. I promise you, Division will assign the right man for the job.
They don't want it to come out if there is something more involved.
My client's a moron. That's not against the law.
Caffey, I got people to answer to just like you do. I'm gonna charge him.
What, possession of a condiment?
Thank you, sir.
This first one's for you. Seems you're moving up in the world. Been requested by Division.
Where do I know him from? I think he's from the show 24.
Doing what? Cappy will have this done in about 4 days.
Doing various administrative things. Backup. Whatever.
Not whatever.
Hi,
Hold on. Hi.
Daniel Caffey. I was told to meet with,
He's so unserious.
Lieutenant Commander Galloway. Got a briefing?
Can you stop smacking?
Lieutenant, how long have you been in the Navy?
Going on a
Sir, you're so disrespectful. What are you doing?
little over a year.
I see.
Have I done something wrong?
No, it's just that when I...
You took her job.
One of the people you'll be seeing down there is the barracks CO, Colonel Nathan Jessup. I assume you've heard of him.
Who hasn't?
He hasn't.
Really?
These are the letters that Santiago wrote in his 8 months at Gitmo.
That's Guantanamo Bay.
I knew that one.
Finally, he wrote to the Naval Investigative Service, where he offered information about Corporal Dawson's fence line shooting in exchange for a transfer.
He really wanted to get out of there.
This letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
Gotcha. And Santiago is... who?
The victim.
Bro.
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming. 12 years.
You haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper.
He just think he know everything.
You're gonna have to go deeper than that.
Commander, do you have some sort of jurisdiction here that I should know about?
My job is...
He's trying to take the easy way out.
I'm special counsel for internal affairs, so my jurisdiction's pretty much in your face. Report when you return from Cuba.
Sure.
You're dismissed.
Yeah. How is he? He seemed like he don't do good with authority and stuff, so I don't know why he in the army.
My sergeant grabbed me and pushed me down the hill. Then I saw all black, and the last thing I remember is hitting the deck.
Damn, they was abusing him.
I'm appalled, sir. You're appalled.
He's from The Shining.
Colonel, I think perhaps it would be better to hold this discussion in private.
That won't be necessary, Colonel.
And he's from 24.
I'm still your superior officer.
And I'm yours, Matthew. I want to know what we're going to do about this.
I think Santiago should be transferred off the base immediately.
He should have been transferred.
Wait, I've got a better idea. Let's transfer the whole squad off the base.
Oh, I hate people like this.
John, go on out there and get those boys down off the fence. They're packing.
He's like, nobody should have special treatment.
Get me the president on the phone. We're surrendering our position in Cuba.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Tom. Don't get the president. Maybe we have a responsibility as officers to train Santiago. Maybe we as officers have a responsibility to this country to see that the men and women charged with its security are trained.
AKA, let's break him down and make him comply.
Might not be, in a manner of speaking, the American way. Santiago stays where he is.
That was a long-winded way of saying no.
I believe that taking a Marine who is not quite up to the job and shipping him off to another assignment puts lives in danger.
How?
But I've been promoted up through the chain with greater speed and success than you have.
Well, damn.
If that's a source of tension or embarrassment for you, I don't give a shit.
Hey, yo. He an asshole.
Question my orders in front of another officer.
He is on a power trip, and he need to take a trip to hell.
Lieutenant, would you be very insulted if I recommended to your supervisor that he assign different counsel?
Why?
Because I don't think you're fit to handle the defense.
I don't think so either.
Ordinarily, it takes someone hours to discover I'm not fit to handle a defense.
He just think he's such a comedian.
That was damn funny.
Daniel Alistair Caffey, born June 8, 1964 at Boston Mercy Hospital. Your father's Lionel Caffey, former Navy judge, advocate, and Attorney General of the United States.
Well, you know about him. You don't really know him.
Then something's going to get missed. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I allowed Dawson and Downey to spend any more time in prison than absolutely necessary because their attorney had predetermined the path of least resistance.
Woo!
Wow. I'm sexually aroused, Commander.
I knew he was gonna say something stupid.
Santiago died at 1 a.m. At 3, the doctor wasn't able to determine the cause of death. 2 hours later, he said it was poison.
Oh, so they're covering something up.
Thank you.
I don't think you have much luck, though. I was assigned by division, remember? Somebody over there thinks I'm a pretty good lawyer, so... Well, I appreciate your interest in it.
He's so damn full of himself.
You know what a code red is? What a pity.
What is a code red?
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. Is this your signature?
Sir, yes, sir.
What's code red?
Sir, a code red is a disciplinary engagement. Sir, a Marine falls out of line. It's up to the men in his unit to get him back on track.
Hazing.
Sir, a Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. The men in his squad would give him a GI shower.
What's that?
Scrub brushes, Brillo pads, steel wool.
Beautiful.
That's torture.
Was there poison on it?
No, sir.
Silver polish, turpentine, antifreeze?
No, sir. We were just gonna shave his head, sir.
When...
Damn, so how did he die?
We saw blood dripping down his mouth, and we pulled the tape off, and there was blood all down his face, sir.
Maybe he has some kind of disease or something.
Then a sergeant, then company commander. Then...
All right. Did you assault Santiago with the intent of killing him?
No, sir.
What was your intent?
To train him, sir.
Train.
I beg your pardon?
Unit, Corps, God, Country. Sir.
Not the unit and the Corps coming before God.
With unit, Corps, God, Country?
That's our code, sir.
Sound like brainwashed to me.
Joe, if you ever speak to a client of mine again without my permission, I have you disbarred. From where?
Downey's closest living relative, Jenny Miller, his aunt on his mother's side.
Look at her. She doing more investigating than you.
Does Aunt Jenny have a barn? We can hold the trial there. I can sew the costumes. Maybe his Uncle Goober can be the judge.
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
I was just about to say, I wish she could go with him. Because she going to keep him focused and he not going to let him do whatever he want to do.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah, beat him, join him.
At least I got my hair.
Well, you got everything. See you tomorrow, Luther.
That was cute. They just said a bunch of random sayings.
He said the platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, had a meeting with the men and specifically told them not to touch Santiago. I never mentioned Kendrick. I don't even know who he is.
Right, it's like there's a lot of covering up going on.
The Cubans see an officer wearing white. They think it might be someone they want to take a shot at.
Good call, Sam.
Right, talking about we should wear the whites.
We'll just hop on the ferry. We'll be there in no time.
Whoa, hold it. We gotta take a boat?
Yes, sir. To get to the other side of the bay.
Nobody said anything about a boat.
What do you get, seasick?
No problem. I'm just not that crazy about boats, that's all.
Jesus Christ, Cappy, you're in the Navy for crying out loud.
Right.
I had the pleasure of meeting your father once. I was a teenager. He spoke at my high school.
Lionel Caffey?
So his father must be a legend.
JAG Corps insists that we interview all the relevant witnesses.
The JAG Corps can be demanding that way.
He could never find a damn pen.
Right.
Lieutenant Kendrick, may I call you John?
No, you may not.
Okay.
Oh, I like all you Navy boys. Every time we gotta go someplace to fight, you fellas always give us a ride.
Oh, shit.
Commander, I believe in God and his son, Jesus Christ. But he is dead because he had no code. He is dead because he had no honor.
Okay.
And God was watching.
What are you trying to say?
White they could wave in the air. Some of these people surrendered to a crew from CNN. Well,
Y'all over here chilling and laughing when the freaking man died?
If you feel there are any details that I'm missing, you should feel free to speak up.
thank you.
Code of silence. They ain't gonna say nothing.
Is that right?
Yes.
What happened then?
We agreed that for his own safety, Santiago should be transferred off the base.
I'm so sick of these niggas, man.
Set to be transferred.
On the first available flight to the States. 0600 the next morning.
He just looked guilty.
Thanks very much for your time.
The corporal's waiting outside with a jeep for you. He'll take you back to the flight line.
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute, I've got some questions.
No,
Yeah, let her ask some questions.
Colonel, on the morning that Santiago died, did you meet with Dr. Stone between 3 and 5?
Joe.
Of course, I met with the doctor.
She asking the hard-hitting questions.
We're out of here. Thank you.
My point is that I think Code Reds still go on down here. Do Code Reds still happen on this base, Colonel?
Joe.
He not gonna answer honestly.
You're the luckiest man in the world. There is nothing on this earth sexier, believe me, gentlemen, than a woman that you have to salute. And
Oh, shut the fuck up.
if you haven't gotten a blowjob from a superior officer, well, you're just letting the best in life pass you by. The problem is I'm a colonel, so I'll just have to go on taking cold showers until they elect some gal president.
Shut your ugly ass up.
Infantry training, and if it happens to go on without my knowledge, so be it. I run my unit how I run my unit,
Ooh, I can't wait to see him go down.
and make me nervous.
Let's go.
Now let's go.
Colonel, I just need a copy of Santiago's transfer order.
What's that?
Santiago's transfer.
You heard me.
Of course, you can have a copy of the transfer order for the file, Danny. I'm here to help in any way I can.
Thank you.
They finna go type that up right now.
You can have all the transfer orders that you want. But you have to ask me nicely.
Excuse me?
I beg your pardon?
You have to ask me nicely. You see, Danny, I can deal with the bullets and the bombs and the blood. I don't want...
He always got so much shit to say.
I do want is for you to stand there in that faggoty white uniform and with your Harvard mouth extend me...
Oh, he pissed off.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Who the do you think you are?
Sir. No problem.
How do you become that much of an asshole in your life? I'm kind of glad he was an a-hole to Tom Cruise too, and not just the lady. At least he's kind of fair.
Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please snitch on him.
I get paid no matter how much time you spend in jail.
Yes, sir. I know you do, sir.
Fuck you, Harold!
Damn.
About 5 minutes after the meeting broke, sir. About 16:20.
Y'all gotta save yourselves at this point.
You know what Markinson did for the first 17 of his 26 years in the Corps? Counterintelligence. Markinson's gone. There is no Markinson.
This is crazy.
Division will give me a lot of room on this one to spare Jessup and the Corps any embarrassment. I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months.
No deal. We're going to court.
Joe? No, you're...
Girl, you better take that deal. I don't know.
They're going to be charged with a whole truckload. Murder, conspiracy, conduct unbecoming, and even...
There's too much evidence against them. But I also don't want them to get away with it, the freaking higher-ups. But I wouldn't want to risk the 2 officers' lives by going to court.
You're home in 6 months. Wow, Kathy, you're the greatest lawyer in the world. Ooh, how can we ever thank you?
But they're still going to be dishonored. They're going to lose everything. It's still not fair.
Afraid we can't do that, sir.
Do what?
Make a deal, sir.
What are you talking about?
We did nothing wrong, sir.
Did she put you up to this?
No.
We have a code, sir.
Well, zippity-doo-dah. You and your code plead not guilty. You'll be in jail for the rest of your life. Do what I'm telling you, you'll be home in 6 months.
They can't go against their morals.
What do we do then, sir?
When?
After 6 months, we'll be dishonorably discharged, right, sir?
Probably.
What do we do then, sir?
They're soldiers. That's all they know.
But I believe I was right, sir. I believe I did my job, and I will not dishonor myself, my unit, or the Corps so I can go home in 6 months!
Woo!
Sir!
And I don't blame him. I think he's right.
You don't like me very much, do you? Forget it, don't answer.
He's still just trying to get off easy. He needs to do some work on this one.
Downey worships you. He's gonna do whatever you do. Are you really gonna let this happen to him because of a code?
Not you trying to kill him.
Doesn't matter. Do you think we were right? I think you'd lose.
You're such a coward. I can't believe they let you wear a uniform.
Damn.
What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room?
You don't got his respect right now.
I don't believe it. Dawson's gonna go to jail just to spite me. Fine. If he wants to jump off a cliff, that's his business. I'm not gonna hold his hand on the way down. I want to get him a new lawyer. How do I do it?
Sir, it's not all about you. Just do your best to prove that he's innocent.
That's that.
One thing, though. When you ask the judge for new counsel, Danny, be sure and ask nicely.
What do you want from me?
Don't be a coward. And don't give up.
These guys aren't the Nazis.
Don't look now, Danny, but you're making an argument.
Be a lawyer.
I get them a new attorney.
Why are you so afraid to be
Look.
a lawyer? Were Daddy's expectations really that high?
Oh.
You know how to win. You know they have a case, and you know how to win. If you walk...
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Do you believe they have a case?
You and Dawson, you both live in the same dream world. It doesn't matter what I believe. It only matters what I can prove.
Right.
Me, what I know and don't know, I know the law.
Everybody's got a point, but...
You know nothing about the law. You're a used car salesman, Daniel. You're an ambulance chaser with a rank. You're nothing. Live with that.
Damn. She have to go in like that. But maybe now he'll try to prove her wrong.
And you're going to spend the better part of a year going blind on paperwork because a 90-year-old man misread the Delaware insurance code.
So what happened?
Calls back 15.
Sounds just like you, Tom Cruise.
They're not guilty.
Good job, Tom.
Why does a lieutenant junior grade with 9 months experience and a track record for plea bargaining get assigned a murder case? Would it be so that it never sees the inside of a courtroom?
You think? Now you're starting to get it.
The red pen's half a dozen boxes of black men. Sam, get a couple of desk lamps. I need you to start on a preliminary medical profile. And Joe, we need all the proficiency and conduct reports on Dawson Downey.
Now we're talking.
So this is what a courtroom looks like.
Now you know.
You said I could be Markinson and you wouldn't know it.
Are you Markinson?
So stupid.
We have softball games and marching bands. They work at a place where you have to wear camouflage or you might get shot.
Yeah, it's a little different, the standards.
Better at research than I am, and you know how to prepare a witness.
It's the dream team right here.
Liam, don't look over anxious.
Don't wear that perfume in court. Wrecks my concentration.
Really?
What?
I was talking to Sam.
Danny,
I know what you're gonna say. You don't have to. We've had our differences. I said some things I didn't mean. You said some things you didn't mean.
I thought that they might have a romance, but I guess not.
I'm happy about that. But we don't have to make a whole big deal out of it. You like me, I won't make you say it.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
I don't know if I believe that.
Good tip.
We're ready.
Better believe it.
You know what? I hope when they win the case, they kiss. That'll be perfect. Enemies to lovers.
Just gonna try a little misdirection. It's gonna astonish you with stories of rituals and dazzle you with official-sounding terms like Code Red.
Okay, don't be trying to...
Willie Santiago is dead, and Dawson and Downey killed him. These are the facts of the case, and they are undisputed.
But you gotta read between the lines.
You had William Santiago's letter.
Santiago was the only eyewitness. I never had the chance to interview him, so I don't know what he saw.
And now we'll never know.
Okay, but you're trying to make it seem like they murdered him so that he wouldn't talk. That's not the case. But it looks like that's the case.
Corporal, were you present at a meeting that Lieutenant Kendrick held on the afternoon of September 6th with the members of the 2nd Platoon?
Yes, sir.
Would you tell the court that...
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
Your witness.
Corporal Hammaker, are you in Dawson and Downey's barracks room 5 minutes after this meeting?
Right, so you don't know what in the world happened.
Testimony.
The defense is willing to concede that all 22 witnesses will testify substantially as Corporal Hammaker did. If the government is willing to concede that none of them were in Dawson and Downey's...
Let's save us some time here.
If the muscles and other cells of the body burn sugar instead of oxygen, lactic acid is produced. That lactic acid is what caused Santiago's lungs to bleed.
Is that right?
Where the initial warning signals were so mild as to escape a physician during a routine medical exam?
Possibly. There would still be symptoms, though.
What kind of symptoms?
Passing out?
Yes.
Shortness of breath?
Yes.
Fatigue?
Of course.
All of which Santiago had. And y'all ignored it.
Complains of chest pains, shortness of breath, and fatigue. Restricted from running distances over 5 miles for 1 week.
Damn.
And it was that condition and not some mysterious poison that caused the accelerated chemical reaction.
No.
Is that possible?
No. I personally give each man a thorough...
Boy, you ain't. You can make mistakes.
Because Lord knows if you put a man with a serious coronary condition on duty with a clean bill of health and that man died from a heart-related incident, you'd have a lot to answer for when you die.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Stone, in your expert, professional opinion, was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
There's a certain code that doctors have, and the fact that he's lying right now is crazy. Just to cover his own ass.
I strenuously object. Is that how it works? Objection. Overruled. No, 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 no. No, I strenuously...
Damn. Leave her alone.
It's a difference between paper law and trial law.
Sam.
Christ, you even had the judge saying Stone was an expert.
Sam, she made a mistake. Let's not relive it.
Wow, I never thought I'd see him freaking take up for her.
They tortured and tormented a weaker kid. They didn't like him, so they killed him. And why? Because he couldn't run very fast.
All right. All right.
I mean, they were wrong, but they were following an order. They thought they were right. They didn't just take it into their own hands and be like, let's go haze them, or let's go haze him. Well, hello.
No, I was just watching the ball game. Come on.
A little one-on-one time, eh? Awkward.
How do you feel about my taking you to dinner tonight?
Are you asking me out on a date?
No,
Sounded like you were asking me on a date.
I wasn't.
I've been asked out on dates before, and that...
What's going on?
Do you like seafood? I know a good seafood place.
Okay.
All right.
Have to blame them.
Where I have earned 2 meritorious service medals and 2 letters of commendation.
Why are you always giving me your resume?
She feel like she always gotta prove herself. She a woman.
You think I'm a good lawyer?
I do.
No, you don't. I see you convincing them, and I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing their lives to you.
I didn't think she thought so highly of him.
Today, all we have is a testimony of 2 people accused of murder.
We'll find Markinson.
Joe, we're gonna lose. And we're gonna lose huge.
Believe in yourself. Come on.
Took turns punching him in the arm for 5 minutes. And then they poured glue on my hands. And it worked, too, because I ain't never dropped my weapon since.
They just be freaking torturing each other.
Dawson wouldn't allow it.
The guys talked tough about Santiago, but they wouldn't go near him. They were too afraid of Dawson, sir.
See, Dawson's a good guy.
Because Dawson would kick my butt, sir.
Good enough. Captain Ross is gonna ask you some questions now.
So if I don't let anybody else give him a code red, why would I just go in there and do that myself? I wouldn't.
Standard operating procedure, Rifle Security Company, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Now, I assume we'll find the term code red and its definition in that book. Am I correct?
No, sir.
No?
It's one of those words that, you know, we all know.
No, sir. No book, sir.
No further questions.
He thought he did something.
Would you turn to the page in this book that says where the mess hall is, please? You mean to say in all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal? I don't understand. How did you know where the mess hall was if it's not...
Right. Just because it's not in the book don't mean it don't exist. Touche. Ah! The hell?
Oh, jeez.
That's crazy. Is he ready to snitch?
No.
And how do you know?
I know.
Yeah, you know shit.
He was never going to be transferred off that base.
Oh my God.
Nice work today. Redirect on Barnes.
I have Markinson.
You just came right out and said it?
If you accuse Kendrick or Jessup of any crime without proper evidence, you're going to be subject to a court-martial for professional misconduct, and that's something that's going to be stapled to every job application.
I don't care. They finna go down.
I'm being your lawyer here.
Oh, thanks, Jack. And I want to tell you that I think a fucking bunch of you are certifiably insane. This code of honor of yours makes me want to beat the shit out of someone.
You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
You're a lousy fucking softball player, Jack!
Okay. Was he talking about his father when he said the memory of a dead lawyer?
I did not see the need to trample on a man's grave.
Well, we appreciate that, but you're under oath now, and I think unpleasant as it may be, we'd all just soon hear the truth.
I'm aware of my oath.
All right.
Yes, I most certainly did.
Lieutenant, do you know what a code red is?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever ordered a code red?
No.
The lies.
Lieutenant, did you order Dawson and 2 other men to make sure that Private Bell received no food or drink except water for a period of 7 days?
They starved him for a week.
You did order the denial of food.
Yes, I did.
Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered?
It sure would.
No.
If I called the other 478 Marines at Guantanamo Bay to testify, would they consider it a code red?
Right.
The government's objection is sustained, Lieutenant Caffey, and I would remind you that you're now questioning a Marine officer with an impeccable service record.
I don't give a damn about his service record. I'm trying to get to the truth.
Lieutenant?
Lance Corporal Dawson was given a below-average rating because he had committed a crime.
Boy!
Dawson brought a hungry guy some food. What crime did he commit?
He disobeyed an order.
Please get out of here.
Lance Corporal Dawson disobeyed an order.
Yeah, wasn't a real order, was it? After all, it's peacetime. He wasn't being asked to secure a hill or advance on a...
Right.
Can he? Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
A lesson he learned after the Curtis Bell incident, am I right?
So that's why when he got his order to do that to Santiago, that's why he did it.
If you had ordered Dawson to give Santiago a code red...
I specifically ordered those men...
Is it reasonable to think he would have disobeyed you again?
Lieutenant, don't answer that.
Yeah.
Lance Corporal Dawson and Private Downey to give Willie Santiago a code red. Lieutenant Kendrick, did you...
Lying ass motherfucker.
It arrived at Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland at a few minutes past 2 in the morning.
Really? Then why isn't it listed in the Tower Chief's log?
Jessup.
He's pulling strings.
Nathan Jessup is about to be appointed Director of Operations for the National Security Council. You don't get to that position without knowing how to sidestep a few landmines.
Well, he's not going to be able to sidestep you.
You don't still intend to put me on the stand?
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
Does he not want to go on the stand because he feels like it won't do any good? Does he doesn't want to be seen as a snitch?
Give Private Santiago a code red, ma'am.
And why did you give him a code red?
I was ordered to give him a code red by the platoon commander of Rifle Security Company Windward, Lieutenant John.
I feel like we barely heard him speak the whole time.
You think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
Absolutely.
That is not happening.
You sure?
Yes.
And he'll use small words.
Yes.
Because he gets rattled when he doesn't understand something.
Joe.
I'm just saying, go slow.
I'm gonna go slow.
Okay.
All right.
And get him off as fast as you can.
She's worried about him because he's like sweet and he's like naive.
I wasn't strong enough to stop it. Always, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson, United States Marine Corps.
No! You're kidding me.
Yes, sir. That day, sir. Friday. The pickup private. That's like what we call the guy who drops us off at our post and picks us up. Also, because he can get girls in New York City.
Oh, he's cute.
Sir?
Well, if you didn't make it back to the barracks until 1645, how could you be in your room at 1620?
There was a blowout.
Private, did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red?
Well, Hal said that...
Private, did you ever...
Oh, did he just take his word for it or something?
Yes, Captain. I was given an order by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, United States Marine Corps, and I followed it.
So they weren't both in the room when they got the order. One of them was in the room and then Dawson told the other one the order that he had got to code red Santiago.
Call some witnesses who will talk about implied orders, or maybe we put Downey back on the stand before we get to Dawson.
Maybe if we work at it, we could get Dawson charged with the Kennedy assassination.
He about ready to give up.
Downey wasn't in his room. Wasn't even there. That was an important piece of information, don't you think?
He doesn't talk a lot, so how would she know?
Got into full dress uniform, stood in the middle of that room, drew a nickel-plated pistol from his holster, fired a bullet into his mouth.
They should have took that gun from him. Why didn't they? This.
Look, we'll go to Randolph in the morning and we'll make a motion for a continuance 24 hours.
Why would we want to do that?
To subpoena Colonel Jessup.
That's who we need to talk to.
You're gonna use what happened today as an excuse to give up.
It's over.
Why did you ask Jessup for the transfer order?
What?
In Cuba, why did you ask Jessup for the...
Because he had some balls.
You didn't want the transfer order. You wanted to see Jessup's reaction when you asked for the transfer order. You had an instinct, and it was confirmed by Markinson. Now, damn it, let's put Jessup on the stand and end...
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. You were sick the day they taught law at law school.
You put him on the stand, and you get it from him.
Oh.
Just get him to slip up.
It's Johnny! After falsely accusing a highly decorated Marine officer of conspiracy and perjury, Lieutenant Caffey will have a...
All right. Y'all just got to make sure y'all have some good evidence before y'all get Jessup.
Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
He don't need to drink no more. Now apologize to Joe.
Did I ever tell you I wrote a paper about your father in college?
Yeah?
One of the best trial lawyers ever.
Yes. He was.
Must be some really big shoes to try to fill.
In this case, I'd choose you any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Did you put Jessup on the stand?
No.
You think my father would have?
With the evidence we got? Not in a million years.
You're not your father.
There's really only one question. What would you do?
Sir, you should not be driving, first of all. There's always a freaking dramatic rain scene.
I think he wants to say it. I think he's pissed off that he's got to hide from us. I think he wants to say that he made a command decision and that's the end of it. He eats breakfast 300 yards away from 4,000 Q.
Right, he wants to... You gotta do like a trick question. You gotta rile him up and he'll just say it.
You could get in trouble. I'm special counsel for internal affairs, and I'm telling you, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Why, Lieutenant Commander Galloway, you're not suggesting that I back off a material witness.
She's technically saying that as a part of her job. But you know what she really thinks. Go after him.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give in this general court-martial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, Commanding Officer, Marine Ground Forces, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
And at present, Colonel Markinson is dead, is that right?
Objection. I'd like to know just what the defense counsel is implying.
I'm just stating the freaking fact.
Yes, sir. Colonel, at the time of this meeting, you gave Lieutenant Kendrick an order, is that right?
I told Kendrick to tell his men that Santiago wasn't to be touched.
He's so full of shit.
I ordered Markinson to have Santiago transferred off the base immediately.
Why?
I felt his life might be in danger once word of the letter.
He ain't got no morals, bro.
Yes.
I noticed you're wearing your Class A dress uniform for your appearance in court today.
As are you, Lieutenant.
Did you wear that uniform on the plane?
Please, the court, is this dialogue?
Give him a chance to get his point out.
Colonel?
I wore utilities on the plane.
You brought your dress uniform with you?
Yes.
Toothbrush, shaving kit, change of underwear.
Okay, now he's doing a bit much.
Santiago's barracks room was sealed off and its contents inventoried. 4 pairs camouflage pants, 3 long-sleeve khaki shirts, 3 pairs of boots, 4 pairs green socks, 3 OD green t-shirts,
Please,
2
the court,
belts.
is there a question anywhere?
He didn't have a bag packed for his transfer, did he?
Santiago wasn't packed. Tell you what, we'll get back to that one in a minute. Do you know how many people he called? 0. Nobody.
He's making some very good points.
The fact is, there was no transfer order. Santiago wasn't going anywhere. Isn't that right, Colonel?
Objection, Your Honor. It's obvious that Lieutenant Caffey's intention this afternoon is to smear a high...
Oh, shut up, Kevin Bacon.
My recommendation, sir, that Lieutenant Caffey be reprimanded for his conduct and the witness be excused with the court's deepest apologies.
Overruled.
Your Honor.
Because he's making some valid points right now.
Is this funny, sir?
No, it's not.
Just stop laughing.
Speak intelligently about the travel habits of William Santiago. What I do know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600.
You don't know shit.
These 2 Marines are on trial for their lives. Please tell me that their lawyer hasn't pinned their hopes to a phone bill.
You think you know everything.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
Ask him the big question.
Thanks, Danny. I love Washington.
Excuse me. I didn't dismiss you.
Right.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Uh-huh. You take the orders.
I don't know what the hell kind of unit you're running here.
The witness will address this court as judge.
Right. Who do you think you're talking to?
Your Honor, these men weren't on the list.
Rebuttal witnesses, Your Honor, are called specifically to refute testimony offered under direct examination.
I'll allow the witnesses.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, shut up.
When Lieutenant Kendrick spoke to the platoon and ordered them not to touch Santiago, any chance they ignored him?
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
Answer the question.
Served in a forward area?
No, sir.
Ever put your life in another man's hand?
What does that have to do with anything?
We follow orders, son. We follow orders or people die. It's that simple.
You just made his point.
Why would it be necessary to transfer him off the base?
None of it makes sense.
Santiago was a substandard Marine. He was being transferred.
That's not what you said. Have the court reporter read back to you.
I know what I said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why the 2 orders?
Now we're getting them.
Sir, you made it clear just a moment ago that your men never take matters in their own hands. Your men follow orders or people die. So Santiago shouldn't have been in any danger at all, should he have, Colonel?
You snotty little...
You mad?
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Is that where that saying is from? This movie?
You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know.
Oh, cry me a river.
Or the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you.
Oh, please. You chose the job you're in.
What you think you are entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
Thank you. Was it that hard to admit that you're a piece of shit?
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed.
All rise.
What the hell is this? Colonel?
Don't try to act all confused now.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel. MPs, guard the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
You are not above the law.
Any further questions?
This is funny.
This lawyer may be a civilian
That's what
lawyer
this
appointed
is.
by you at your own expense.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your head and piss in your dead skull! You fucked with the wrong...
Okay. Calm down, old man.
You fucking people. You have no idea how to defend a nation.
Oh my God. Shut up.
Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. I'm a lawyer and an officer in the United States Navy. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch.
But just what you deserve.
Lance Corporal Dawson, Private First Class Downey.
They better not be guilty.
The members find the accused not guilty. On the charge of conspiracy to commit murder.
Their intentions were mostly pure. They were just following orders, doing what they thought was right. They wasn't trying to kill him.
The members find the accused guilty as charged.
Damn, and they still gonna lose their jobs.
To time already served, and you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps.
That sucks. That was most important to them. They wanted to keep their job. The jury should know, like, that's the culture in the freaking army. Like, you do what you're told. But a man did die, so.
I don't understand. Colonel Jessup said he ordered the code red.
I know.
Colonel Jessup said he ordered the code red.
He was supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. He was supposed to fight for Willie.
Yeah. Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. I hope they're gonna be okay.
You don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have honor.
10 hut!
There's an officer on deck.
Now I got goosebumps everywhere. That girl is in love with him. So that was A Few Good Men. I really enjoyed that movie. I think the story was really good, how the story built, and at some points you were on this side, some points you were on that side. The whole time I hated freaking Jessup. He was an a-hole from the beginning, a lying ass motherfucker. I wish we could have seen more with I'm just a romantic. I just wish we could have seen more with Tom Cruise, and I don't know, I guess she's Debbie Moore, huh? The main girl. When I heard the name, I was thinking of somebody else, but I'm thinking that she was Demi Moore. But those two characters had a little romance going on. I liked how I didn't really know what was gonna happen, and at points I was like, they are guilty, and at some points I'm like, but they were just, you know, doing what they were told. It's a slippery slope, especially with the army, and just, it's like everybody had good points, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you have to have morals, you have to have the truth. The truth is what matters. As long as you're telling the truth, everything else, you know, will fall into place. But they was trying to lie and make stuff up. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all thought of this movie in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my reaction. And I'll see you guys in my next video.